In times like these, when the housing market is more competitive for buyers, consider new construction home instead. We all love new construction. New homes look great, updated features and layouts, and aren't as expensive as you think. In this episode, we're going to talk about going over some tips on how you can purchase new construction right now. Before we begin, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell in the corner. And if you are serious about purchasing, selling, or investing a home here in Florida, you are going to want to stay up to date with all my future videos with helpful information about the amazing housing market here in the Sunshine State. Thank you for subscribing. If you've ever bought a home before, you might think that buying a resale house and buying new construction are similar processes. In reality, this isn't true. There are some unique things to consider when buying new construction. So you want to set yourself up for success when making that purchase. So stick around until the end of the video to make sure you hear every tip I'm about to share. When I talk about new construction, I'm talking about those neighborhoods you see around town that are being built by larger builders. The neighborhood might still be under construction with only some of the homes being completely built. This is a little different from smaller builders who might build you a one-off home on whatever plot of land you've purchased. You might wonder why you'd need a realtor to buy a new construction home at all. Perhaps you could just walk into a model home in that neighborhood and speak to a sales rep and begin the purchase. Hold on a sec. That sales rep works for the builder, so they're not looking out for your best deal for you. They want to maximize profits for the builder. Your realtor is on your side, ready to help you secure the best deal on your new construction. Plus, realtors already know the ins and outs of the new construction process and can advise you on the best way to approach the purchase. That's why you should pick your realtor first, then start looking at these new construction homes. When you go to a new construction neighborhood, sometimes you will see that sign out in the front that says new homes starting in the $200,000 and think, wow, that's not too bad. However, keep in mind that this price they've advertised for is the most basic model they offer with zero add-ons and no lot premium. The price you end up being quoted for in the house you want is often a bit more than that. You might end up paying like $300,000 instead of $200,000, you know? Let's break these costs down a bit. The base price of the house is what the home costs before any upgrades are added onto the home. That's where that $200,000 comes from. The lot premium. Some lots are more expensive than others if they are more desirable, like on a lake versus a corner. Then there are construction options. When the home is being planned, you can often talk to the builder about making adjustments to the floor plan, such as adding a bonus room or extending the master bathroom. These exact options available will depend on the builder and what they offer. So be sure to talk through the options with them and your realtor. Cosmetic options. This is the stuff that most people think of when they think of new construction. Getting to pick out the cabinet colors and countertops sounds like a lot of fun, right? However, you have to keep your budget in mind when doing this. What I recommend is to set a budget for your cosmetics and stick to it. To get the most bang for your buck, try focusing on flooring and kitchen upgrades before looking elsewhere. And once you add up all these costs I've mentioned just now, you get the final price of the home itself. While the base price is likely to remain unchanged, you may be able to get various credits, upgrades, without having to pay additional fees. And the likelihood of you getting any sort of concessions from the builder will really depend on the success of the neighborhood and the builder. So if their homes are selling like hotcakes, they may be less inclined to make a deal with you. Some builders don't offer any credits or upgrades at all. But if you are a good negotiator, or you have a good negotiator, you might luck out and get a credit to the design center for some cosmetic options. It's worth a shot. If you're looking at a home that is already complete, otherwise called an inventory home, there may be a bit more leverage on your side to negotiate. That's because when a home is completed and sitting in their inventory, it's costing the builder money to maintain the property in hopes that a buyer will come along. I can't guarantee this, of course, but when buying the home, you may be able to avoid some of the closing costs of the sale by using the builder's preferred lender. So normally with new construction, you end up paying a higher amount of closing costs than a resale home. And this is because the builder is shifting their closing costs to the buyer to pay instead. So if your builder has an incentive program to go with a preferred lender, and that incentive is reduced closing costs, it might save you a good amount of money. But before you sign with any lender, you need to compare the interest rates that you are offered and the terms overall. A rebate might seem like a good deal in the beginning, but if the preferred lender is charging a higher interest rate, you might end up paying a lot more in interest over the life of your mortgage. Not worth it. So take the time to figure this stuff out for the sake of your bank account. You might think, why do I need an inspection? I mean, this is a brand new home, and I get that, but you should consider actually doing multiple inspections. I mean, first, as the home is being built, have an inspection done before the drywall even goes up. I mean, let the inspector look at the wiring of the home and the plumbing and all the other things that go into a home before the walls go up, something you don't even get to do with a resale home. Then, before closing the deal, a final inspection can help tie up any of the loose ends or oversights of the construction process. Everything should be perfect when you close on the home. Some builders might offer a home warranty for a period of time, which might seem like a great option and deter buyers from getting an inspection done. But the truth is, you want to avoid any issues that might pop up before you even get in the house, if you can. Inspections can help identify those issues well in advance. When you buy a new construction, you're going to get a rough estimate on when the home will be completed. The builder might tell you that it will take 6 months for the home to be built, but remember that this is an estimate. The actual time it takes will depend on a multitude of factors. Weather issues, material supplies, contractors, permits, inspections, you name it. It's a lot of stuff to think about, and there can be delays for a multitude of reasons. I mean, manufacturing and shipping is being completely delayed right now because of COVID. Another key point to remember, the builder doesn't make money until the house is built and sold. So they are motivated to get it done as quickly as possible. So when you think they might be taking their time, it may just be factors that they are unable to control. Trust me, they want it done. So what does this mean for you? If you are selling your current home, or perhaps your lease is up soon, make sure you leave enough time to buffer to ensure a smooth transition to your new home. Factor in some possibility for delays. You will thank yourself. All right, that's it for today, guys. I hope this information was helpful. Now that you've learned these different tips for buying new construction, are you planning to be in a new home soon? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Lyndsey Ashley with Keller Williams Realty Select, and if you are looking for a realtor to help with your next home purchase, sale, investment, head on over to www.lyndseyashley.com. You can schedule a free call with me to talk about your plans to buy, sell, invest, and call me today so we can work together to find a home that you love. You can get a free home evaluation. Just ask me how. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.